Oof. Guess I might as well do the starting. Where's just the share button? Hey Ezra, welcome in. I'm also doing the retrain thing today. Hope everything went super well for Kurzik. She was doing a great job when I last saw her. Hey Sen! Hi everyone! Oh, and I'm just doing my little postings. Oh, hello there, empanadas. It should be... Is it working? Obi-Wan, where are you? Okay, I have to figure out what's going on with Mix It Up because... Oh, I didn't log in. Ah, beans. Okay, that'll do it. Easy fix. I'll do some testers to make up for the ones that already came in. Just give me a second. Let's see. Obi, are you there? Where is he? Because I'm not seeing it. Are you all seeing it? It should be there. Okay. I will add that to my list of things to fix. Let me just wrap up my little postings. Okay, copy, post. And then apologies to anyone that is in like all the same Discords I am, because you're gonna see me post several times. Boop. And boop. Boop. This is actually one that I never think about posting in, and I should. This one. Where? Here. There we go. Okay. Cool. Did I do the URL wrong? Oh, I did. Oh, fuck it. It's fine. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Let's switch over to the main screen because I see the ads are ending now. Wow. Transition. I want to learn how to make my own transitions at some point. have so many things that I want to do. Oh, I stretch. Right. Turn me on. Good. Hi everyone. Hello. It is nice to see you. Hello Juno. Welcome on in. I see you're moving on in. Yeah, so today is an exciting day. One, I'm gonna start 2 paintings that I really wanted to start for a while. I'm still gonna do the other one that I started a few weeks ago. But I actually do like having a couple projects going at one time, so that'll be fun. I'll be able to kind of switch back and forth between pieces. Prince is watching me very regally from just a few feet away. It's very cute. Hi, Prince. She was a big snuggle today. But there are 2 astronomy pieces that I wanted to really work on today. Hi Ezra, hi Gray, hi Senpai, hi Empanadas, welcome on in. Welcome on into the cafe. But yeah, I know some of you were in Chris Extreme earlier today, so the same ray train that is going through there, or is about to go through there. No wait, it did go in by the time that I left. Oof, I'm all discombobulated. This is why I needed to start early before folks came in. We'll also come by through here. And so hopefully y'all are still tagging along on that train and seeing lots of cool artists. There's many amazing people in the artists and makers community that are on there this weekend. And next weekend, it will also be going, so keep an eye out for it then. I'll make sure to post up some links of people that are on it on Blue Sky, so y'all can hop in on it a little easier. I would have checked in earlier on it, but I'll admit, yesterday I was sick all day and in bed, so I'm just happy that I'm all right now. Yeah! Oh, that's perfect. Thank you for dual tabbing them. The artists and makers community is really, really cool. If you are an affiliate, I definitely recommend joining them. Being an affiliate, I do believe, is still a requirement. And they do that just because there's so many people kind of coming in the door. They have to limit it a little bit. Yeah, no, yesterday I felt like death. I felt like death and my throat was awful. It was bad. I thought I was just having a really slow recovery after holes, and no, I was just getting sick. Which means I can read again soon. There was a Dracula entry for today, but it was extra long, and in order to not make this day too stressful for myself, I'm pushing it to tomorrow, so look forward to that tomorrow. But yeah, that train will be coming through here in an hour. So that is a cool thing to look forward to. And hopefully we'll make some progress on these paintings while we do that. So we'll be doing some under paintings on both of these. You'll be able to see that for acrylics and watercolors. And what else? Yeah, also you can see that I'm already starting to prepare showing some of the art that I have online. In the corner there. So, yeah, it's a whole thing today. There was more that I wanted to have set up by now, but it's okay. The stream is always a work in progress, and I think that's cool. I'm hoping that I can, that when I start streaming more, I can actually do some days where I'm doing the stuff that I'm learning to bring to this space, to make the cafe more cozy and more fun for everybody. Oh, I hope you can avoid getting sick too. And thank you for the well wishes, everyone. Thank you for all the support. I know I keep getting down and out with my health, but, you know, appreciate all of you still coming back time and time again. Virtual puzzle! Yes! Jigsaw puzzles. There will definitely be more jigsaw puzzles in the future. Have no fear. I have not given up on my beloved jigsaw puzzles. I have like half a dozen waiting to get done. Do I always open this from the wrong side, or did I accidentally seal it? There we go. Alright, so first I'm going to get some color down for the watercolor I'm going to do. So even though I'm doing 2 space paintings, I immediately knew that one I wanted to do as a watercolor, and one I wanted to do as a acrylic. So I'm going to show you all the one that I want to do as a watercolor first, and show you what I do to prep for it. Oh, my cat chews on the pieces too. Actually, so on my coffee, here, I'll go ahead and do the coffee thing. The student loan thing will be very true in 2 months. My grace period is rapidly coming to an end. But I have my shop open, and I found out from coffee that I can sell my used puzzles along with sketch commissions. So if you want one of my puzzles that may have been lovingly chewed on a little bit, not too bad. If they were too bad, I wouldn't sell them off, but may have been lovingly test checked by Prince and Seatbelt, because Seatbelt loves jigsaw puzzles. You can get that along with a custom sketch in my coffee shop. Ain't that neat? And if you just want the sketch, those are available too. But the image that I linked is from Dylan O'Donnell. I'm going to link to his original post. Aw, Juno, that's so sweet. I spent 12 hours researching shipping rates. I am eating it a little bit on all of the shipping rates, but not too bad. To get shipping rates basically for like every continent. So I do have shipping rates for every continent available on the coffee shop for everyone, because it seems like I made a best guess as to how much everything should cost. Hopefully. It does cost a bit, apparently, to send off a jigsaw puzzle, but yeah, no, that's so sweet. Even the thought is so sweet. Gently nibbled on, yeah. They don't, like, super hardcore chew it. They just like taking the pieces and putting them in different places and making a scavenger hunt for me. But yeah, this picture by Dylan O'Donnell is a beautiful picture of, let me see if he says, so this is the Carina Nebula, and he has all of his information in that second link there about how he did his exposure, how long it was, and it was beautiful. And I actually asked him right away, hey Meister, good morning. I asked him right away because I was so stunned by it. Hey, is it okay if I paint this? And he let me know that all of his pictures are Creative Commons license, so that absolutely he would be more than happy to let me paint it. My boy would hole punch them. Oh no. Which is very kind though. He answered right away, and I always really appreciate when people are enthusiastically sharing their stuff like that. So that is one of the paintings on deck today. And then the acrylic painting I'm going to work on is I am going to paint... Aw, lovesick, it's okay. At least stay cozy. At least stay cozy with the cats today if you can. Have a cozy one. Yeah, some days are just like that, unfortunately. The Webb telescope got a picture of this spiral nebula. And the amazing thing about this spiral nebula is that they think that in the middle of it may be a supermassive black hole. And if there is, then this is one of the first images that we have captured of a supermassive black hole. And it's bringing it out of the theoretical and into reality. So that's the one I'm going to do in acrylics, because there's some cool stuff that I can do with mixing Mod Podge with some of the acrylic paints to get some body and get some texture in to make the nebula on top of it. Yeah, just like Muse, exactly. Just like the baseball vampires. I should have just started streaming earlier. I always feel better once I start streaming. It's just the getting up and like getting started that's always harder, but once I actually start streaming, I always feel better. For anybody that's wondering, like, why are you just putting tape on your paper right now? So this is washi tape. Some of you who follow Zetalis, and if you don't follow Zetalis, I'm going to shout them out. Get got stuff. This is Steph's beloved cat, who is no longer with us, but is still beloved, Gizmo. And I got this washi tape from her. I did a big Christmas gift order for myself of her stuff, because I love her art so much, and she's a big sweetheart and does really cool streams. So please follow Steph if you're not already. But washi tape is not very strong adhesive-wise, and so this will be able to be lifted up once I'm done painting some things without any trouble. And the reason why I'm doing that is because when you have very light spots on your watercolors, you actually kind of want to preserve the paper underneath and try to keep some of the brightness of the paper as like your white, as opposed to using white, because there is white watercolors right here, but it doesn't, it's more, it kind of clouds things up a little bit. Like, it has a time and place, but for something like this where there's some areas that are much lighter than some of the other parts of the painting, I like to just block it off and then go back in to do my colors and stuff, because it'll keep it nice and bright without me having to be super finicky about like figuring out exactly where to put the paint and stuff like that. It'll give me a little bit more freedom, even though it looks kind of silly now. It's so many cats right now. Are you making a shape with tape to mask? Exactly. Lovesick gets gold stars. I am masking. I do not have... Hello, Dr. Sploot. I do not have masking liquid, but I do have washi tape, and washi tape works really well as a mask too. And so I already actually have a bunch of colors that will work for this one from the last time that we watercolored on here, which was too long ago. I'm going to remember the energy that I got from streaming today so that I can motivate myself out of bed on the mornings when I want to stream a little bit more. I'll have to write a little note to myself that says like, hey, you're going to feel awesome after you hit that go live button. So give it a go. It'll be a shorter stream today because it'll end once the raid train comes in. But that's okay. I will be updating the schedule soon, and we should be getting to that elusive Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule that I keep hyping up very soon. Especially this Monday, because I'm letting myself take a little break from job searching until Tuesday, since it's a long weekend here in the US. And recruiters are not going to be checking their emails for the most part on Monday. So it just makes more sense to send the applications and resumes of my job search in back when they're back in office, so I don't fall too low in the inbox, because I have known very few recruiters or recruiter teams that diligently go to, I know there's some that do, but there's a lot that don't go all the way to like their last email read and then work their way up in order to honor like what time an email comes in. There's usually just too many apps to go through that you just, you know, you have to print them out or get them, download them in whatever way they come in. So avoiding major holidays and weekends and stuff like that can sometimes be a good way to make sure that you don't fall down into like the middle or the bottom of a stack, and can get seen a little bit quicker. Everybody wish me luck on my job search. But yeah, I sent out 14 applications on Thursday in order to let myself basically have a little bit of a break time. And if some of you are wondering why the paints are already kind of diluting a little bit, I actually pre-prepped the paper with water. So it's already got a saturation of water in there. Puffling reminded me that that is a good technique to do for watercolor. So we're going to set that aside for a little bit, just a little bit. And then we're going to pre-treat this canvas for the super black hole painting. Aw, thank you, empanadas. You're always so sweet. I always appreciate your kindness. Your tiramisu pastry has been dusted with fat-reduced cocoa powder. Fat-reduced cocoa powder. I'm just trying to, I mean, y'all know I'm obsessed with food. I'm trying to think of, like, how that would alter the chemistry of the cocoa. Interesting. How does it taste? Thank you, Meister. How does the cocoa taste compared to, I guess, regular cocoa? As I've been very surprised that sometimes fat-reduced things have, like, very little difference to them. Oh my gosh, there's already so many people here. Hello, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Okay, now this one we're gonna prep for the supermassive black hole. Oh, that's a good breakfast. I love bananas. Bananas are good. What was I gonna do? Not drink my paint water. Oh. So yeah, for this one, I'll go ahead and just like drop it back in again. Low fat water is kind of the same as regular water. Tearsy, I don't know. I think I always want like a full fat water and just have it be like so thick and greasy that it clings to my throat, you know? Hi, Tearsy. So for this one, just for folks to be able to see again, I'm gonna do a little color theory on y'all. So what we have here is what I'm seeing as mostly 3 layers, okay? So we have our deep space behind everything. Then I'm gonna do a layer of stars to simulate that very kind of coarse texture of stars that we have there. And then I'm gonna do the nebula clouds, the spirals, the space gas, basically. So we have orange and yellow, white, and then, you know, in the picture it's mostly black. However, black is going to be very dull. It can be very striking to have it just be like a black and orange painting, but for me, I want it to feel very rich with color. And so what I'm going to do instead is, instead of a black, I'm going to do a very, very, very deep dark blue. And I'm doing the deep dark blue in order to contrast with the orange. I'm also going to add a little bit of purple to that blue in order to contrast with the yellow. Because if you get a color wheel, you'll be able to see that those are colors that are opposite from each other. So they'll give each other a lot of contrast and pop to one another. Water oil is pretty expensive though. Yeah. That's too rich for my blood. I just get like lard water. Lard water is a lot more effective. Felt that as you're describing it. I have the effect on people. I hope it's still tasty. I hope your tiramisu is still very tasty. So I may add a little bit of black, but I kind of want to wait on adding black because I want to see how deep I can get. Let's see, I have ivory black and Mars black. No, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna see how deep I can get the blue. For the underpainting, the blue purple for the underpainting before I do that. We'll see if I can get this pretty dark. Actually, let me see. Do I want... No, I don't want... Well, okay, I want a little ultramarine because I kind of like the weird, almost radioactive glow that ultramarine kind of gives. It's personal preference, but I'm gonna go with phthalo blue. Let's see, low-fat cocoa powder is even more chocolatey because cocoa's... Yeah, cocoa fat is not super strong in flavor. Also, I know that Terzi is a good cook, so I trust Terzi on this. But yeah, you're right, the cocoa fats are not necessarily very strong on their own. Which is why when you have white chocolate, which is primarily just the cocoa fats, it mostly tastes of like what you add into it. So that's why it really doesn't taste like chocolate at all on its own. It does deliver flavor. But I kind of wonder, like, once it's actually gone through the processing to make it... Oh, it's still a little... bright. Once it's gone through the processing to make it into cocoa powder, I kind of wonder if it almost doesn't matter or doesn't really change a whole lot. Also, basic color theory again, I'm adding red because I have mostly blue in this pan, and so it'll just kind of make more purple. But that might start to deepen it up a little bit. Yeah. Might be hard to tell on my camera, but it is getting deeper. Do you have a dark purple you can blend into the blue? I do. That was the purple that I added in. But if this isn't the exact color that I want, that's okay. The acrylic won't dry immediately, especially because I'm adding a lot of water to it in order to spread it out quite a lot. So I'll be able to add in some color to it, and I might even just do like a little wash of black into the wet paint. Just to kind of get us there a little bit faster. I might, I don't know, we'll see. I'll feel it once I get there, for sure. A lot of painting is just kind of going by feel. you know, there's accuracy like from observation and stuff like that. And then there's the stuff that you fudge after you kind of put it in. For those of you that have been seeing the many practices into perspective that folks have been doing, perspective is hard. Perspective is a lifelong practice. That is a big part of perspective, is like, yes, you want to learn how to do the multi points of like perspective and, you know, vanishing points and stuff like that, and messing with different horizon lines. But you're also like, you don't want to stick to those so much always that it becomes boxy and rigid, because then it has a layer, it has an amount of perfection that is not true to life. And the way to fix that is by doing lots of observation, so that you get more of a feel of like, what are the natural adjustments to the perspective grid. But even when you're doing observation, a perspective grid can be extremely helpful. Like if you're doing an observation of a cityscape, or even a very, any kind of landscape at all, or a room, using a perspective grid can really help you to kind of map out where everything is. And then you use observation to fill in the rest. You know? Joanna! I don't get as many chances to see you. Hello, Joanna. Hello. I only spot you when I'm falling asleep lately. It's good to see you. Good morning. Let's see. I think it might, since cocoa is naturally emulsified in its own flavors into the fat. But when you separate the fat from the powder and then put them back together, at that point the fat may bring nothing but a bit of creaminess. Yeah, agreed. That's kind of what I'm thinking too. That like, it might be a little drier tasting. Like it might have a slightly drier mouthfeel, but that otherwise it's probably not a huge difference overall. But I also wonder like how much fat they can actually take out of cocoa in the first place. So I kind of wonder if it's like ultimately somewhat helpful, but not really that big of a difference at the end of the day. Tersey, I need to talk about food with you more. You have good food brainworms. And yeah, I know I keep hyping up doing cooking streams. They are on the horizon. They are something that I still really want to do. I just really need to get the job stuff sorted first. Because I need finances to be in a better place before I can commit to those. If I'm just transparent there. So yeah, I just can't do them at the moment. But soon. I'm hopeful that I can land something. Even if it's not a job that I want, you know, forever at this point, I'm hopeful that I can land something that can at least help. But I have some job apps out there that I'm really excited about. I know there's one that I like keep checking my inbox every day. And I've had 2 networks of friends vouch for me on it already, which hopefully hasn't annoyed the employer. So I'm hoping I can hear back from that one. It would be a part-time job, so I would still need to do more around it to make ends meet, but it would be a really fun job, and that's good to have sometimes. Sometimes it's just good to have fun. So I'm kind of hoping that that one might pull through. And then there's some other ones I applied for that would be more substantial financially and things like that. So we'll see. We'll see where the dice lands, for sure. Stop recommending this person. Yeah. Maybe if I keep sending people over to like recommend me, they'll just hire me because they want people to stop recommending me. They're like, God, if we don't hire Ale, people are just gonna keep recommending them forever. And I've been having some friends send some more leads that I'll be following up on starting on Tuesday. Once everyone is back from the long weekend. So yeah, I'm busy and productive there, but that's also why I want to keep up with streaming on a more regular basis, because then it gives me a chance to break away from that mindset and do stuff for me too, and not just burn out on job hunting. Because I don't want to get back into the same volume that I used to do. There have been times where I've job hunted before and I would do anything between 1 to 2 dozen applications a day until I finally landed something. And while, like, yes, it would land me a job usually within like 3 weeks or so, it was extremely stressful. And it wasn't always landing me like jobs that were great. So I rather take my time, make sure the jobs at least seem like interesting to me or seem like stuff I can care about, and you know, maybe even do some research on the place too to make sure I'm not landing somewhere incredibly toxic. I do like this. Oh, okay, I could see. So in, let me see if I could adjust the color a little bit. On the camera, this canvas looks super, super bright blue. In person, it is like a dark purple. So let me configure that video a little bit for y'all. Let's see if it could actually show the real color. Nope, nope, nope. Not that way. There's only so much this old girl can do. I could also mix this light a little bit. Boop, boop. That might help. Okay. Yeah, it's a lot brighter than it looks. It doesn't look like I could really mess with that too much. That's okay. I mean, I do like painting in primary colors, so it's not like... I don't know, I might keep it at this saturation because you're only going to see so much of it. I'm going to not do the black. Okay, now we're going to switch back, let this dry, and switch back to the watercolor. What time is it? Okay. I think they're gonna be coming in soon. Hold on. Did anybody message me? I should be checking Discord actually, just to make sure. I think. Wait, no. Okay, no, we're still super early. Okay. We're still super early. I think. Yes. Okay. We're still early. I just forgot how to tell time for a second. Yeah, I have, ever since Renee started playing Lies of P, I have been getting all of the songs stuck in my head because I've been listening to the soundtrack. It's really, really pretty. The Feel song, especially, I have been looping a lot. Let me clean my brush properly. Boop, 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 boop. But it's just really pretty. It's nice to work to. Ugh, I'm nervous. I've never done a ray train before. I know it's gonna be fine, but I'm nervous anyways. No, what is it? I'm anticipatory? You know that kind of nervous you get when you're really excited about something? Like, yeah. And I did like a whole lines of peas. Okay. Thanks. Thanks, Dr. Spoon. But yeah. I'm just really excited. And nervous. I did like a anxious positive. Exactly. I did I've been like verbally rehearsing what I'm gonna be saying and stuff like that. So we'll see how it goes. I'll try not to get lost in the weeds and ramble. Wait, what happened with Joanna? This job I just got was a whirlwind, applied on Wednesday. Oh, new job! I remember that you were starting to look. Holy shit. Yeah, no, that's wild. For tech, so most of my friends are in tech, which is also why it makes it a little bit harder when I start networking, because they're all like, oh, we're all in tech. We don't really have a lot of stuff where you can apply. And I'm like, I know, it's okay. Whoa. Congratulations, Joanna. Oh, here, if you're not following Joanna, you should. One, to congratulate Joanna on getting a new job, but also because Joanna has really nice and cozy streams. And a very lovely voice. I like listening to Joanna. It's purple. Yeah, it doesn't look purple on the screen at all. I know. Aw, thank you, Ezra. Okay. Caught up with everyone. Yeah, follow Joanna. Joanna has a very good and sweet voice and has very fun streams. I always really appreciate them. I hope this new job lets you have... Yeah, get shy, nerd. But I hope this new job gives you more chances to be able to do that. Because it seemed like the old job had you on a schedule that was pretty wild sometimes. So hopefully this one isn't as stressful. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back to this one. And with watercolors, I just layer color bit by bit. And you just kind of keep building up the colors you want. So I'm going to layer in a little bit of red with a tiny bit of orange. I'm just going to get a little bit of orange in there. Oh, also, let me know if music volume is good, microphone volume is good, all of that good stuff. And I'm happy to adjust as needed. And I also, something I've been picking up from paintings I've been doing more recently is that I like layering chunks of color in different pieces, especially for painting space or galaxies. I'm not worrying too much about accuracy until I'm starting to finesse things at the end. Just letting the paint be as organic as the source material. This is my favorite brush, by the way, like whenever I'm laying in color. I have my more precise brushes, but when I'm just doing color lay-in. So for some of the refining stuff, I'll start moving on to a different brush, but this is one of my favorite brushes. It's just my old reliable. It's super sturdy. It's an angle shader. I'm not supposed to be using it for everything, but you know what? If it works, it works. Lots of brushes will say that they're for something, but I just think they're for whatever I want to do. Oh, what Gratis. Oh my gosh. Thank you for the 1,000 bits. That's so kind. Ezra. I hope your chores go well. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Appreciate it. No international travel requirement. Yeah. Oh. Oh, Joanna, I'm holding hands with you on that one. I get it. Yeah. And this is always going to be a safe space for you, Joanna. And yeah, that is part of why I'm starting to look towards moving abroad, is because of that stuff, and just looking to do one big travel abroad, away from home for the time being. But that's a goal by the end of the year. If I can manage it, we'll see. I mentioned it on here before, but I have been very politically active when I was in school. Still am when I can manage it now. But, yeah. I know that some of the stuff that I've done has definitely made it so that staying here is not the best option for many, many factors. But here's the thing. Would I change anything in order to make that not so? No. Because the fights that I fight are the fights that need to happen. The person that I am is the person that I am. And I'm not changing any of what I do or any of who I am. So, if I don't want to compromise on any of that, it seems like the best option might be to go abroad. I also love adventure and stuff too, and I've been in New York for a very long time. I'm looking up at Manhattan right now. Be nice to have a change of scenery. And don't worry, wherever I go, the girls will come too, which will make things a lot harder, but I don't care. They are my family, so I will make sure that they can come with me, no matter what. But no worries, everything will be all right. I'm very resilient. But yeah, for anybody that's feeling that right now, just holding your hand through all of this, we'll get through it. And for folks that have trans friends, besides just me, check in on your buds. Make sure that they're doing okay. It's a tough time to be trans right now. It always is, but yeah. But let's think about art for now. They say it's not the tool, but the artist's school to choose intents when it works well for what you want to use it for. I'm gonna pin that. I actually really like that. It's very true, Jersey. Yeah. Oh. My goodness. I appreciate y'all being here. Usually Saturday mornings are the slowest time for me, but I still like it as a time to stream, so I'm like, I'll be there anyways. So I appreciate all y'all being here and being supportive. Means a lot. Okay, so layering in some colors. Let's see. The stars, I'm gonna have to figure out another way. See, if I did have masking fluid, I could just like dot out the stars and then peel them up, but I don't know. I'll figure it out. I've done it before. So I'll do it again. Figure it out again. Let's see. I want this color. Okay. Ooh, that's a nice bright blue. I also like painting space with a lot of color. So I try to use black as little as possible when it comes to painting space. And I really, really like how that happens. I like how that turns out. I'm getting more and more fascinated with painting stars over time. And see, because I know these areas are blocked off, I can get heavy with the colors and know it'll be all right. Because I still have, like, these areas can be dark and it'll be fine. I'll still have these brighter areas to play around with later for making this. I want to get some more blue in for these shapes. But yeah, right now it's going to look a little abstract. That's cool. And then we'll switch back to the other painting when I need to give the paper here some rest. Because it can be really easy to start to overwork your paper, especially because this isn't like watercolor paper. This is mixed media paper, so it's kind of, it needs breaks sometimes. Sometimes it needs some breaks. And waiting a while between layers can help to make sure your colors don't get super muddy as well. So you can keep them nice and vibrant. I know I have a purple in here somewhere. Where is it? Is this it? Yeah, that's it. Whoop, that's a lot of water. Now I want more pigment. In there. Get in there. There we go. A little bit of the purple in there. I am actually like, I have my reference over here. So y'all can't see it because you can't see my face, but I am constantly looking up and using my reference as a mental guide for where I'm laying down some color. Thin that out a little, but also want to bleed that into the lighter areas. That'll be good. Still kind of working on how I want to watercolor space. And so still kind of developing what I want my technique to ultimately be there. But it's really enjoyable to do it in watercolors, for sure. Okay. I'll let the paper rest a little bit there. I'll probably do one more pass, actually maybe one or two more passes of color before I lift up the tape on this one. Oh, throat's getting a little dry. I don't know how that looks on the... Yeah. It looks like a bunch of blobs of color. It'll look like more soon. Okay, here's the thing. You should probably clean your palettes. I don't. I like referencing my colors in between paintings, so that's why I don't. Otherwise, it is generally a good idea to wash down your watercolor palette. You definitely don't want to have excess water in there, so I always like tilt it a little bit just to make sure the water in it is not running. And if it's not running, then I'm like, okay, I can close it up like that. It's fine. It's not gonna dirty up all my colors. As long as it's not dripping, then I feel like it's fine. Reduce fat cocoa powder, tastes kind of like cocoa powder, cut with a little chalk dust. That's what I was wondering, like if it would just have a drier feeling. The richness is not there. Not bad exactly, but not quite good. I see, I see. Ads will start in 5 minutes, and they'll actually be pretty perfect. We'll get a stretch before the raid train comes in. Toothbrush. Wait, why are you using a toothbrush? Yeah, toothbrushes are really good for cleaning. I actually use toothbrushes a lot for... Where's the one I use? When I do star paintings, or any paintings where I'm going to put texture in, I use toothbrushes a lot. So you might see me, depending on how far we get today, you might see me using a toothbrush today. Because they're really useful. If anyone wants to know, like, why use a toothbrush for star painting, so you can load up, it's messy, but you can load up paint. You need to get it to a certain thickness, but you can load up paint onto the toothbrush, and then you just like go like that on the bristles, and the bristles will flick paint in very like chaotic ways. And if you get it right to where it's not streaking too much and it's actually just doing the flecks, it resembles deep space really nicely. So that's cool. I usually reuse the old colors or mix on top of them. Yeah. Yeah, I want to keep using my watercolor set more. I've been using it more in general, but definitely want to keep doing that. Okay, back to this guy that looks so blue on the camera. That is wild. I swear it's like 10 shades darker in person. I don't know why. I guess it's the color too. I found in general that blue is kind of a harder color. Alright, I'm gonna do... I'm gonna do for this, because what I want underneath is unevenness. I have a little bit of unevenness, so I want to push it further before I start layering in stars on top. So we're gonna do some big masses of deeper space that are darker. A little bit of black. I'm gonna use the ivory black. If you're curious. This is also why I have some of my done paintings on the side ready to show. the raid train when they come in. Because otherwise it'll be like, oh, you just paint blobs. Which, I mean, I think painting blobs is perfectly alright. But I can show people that, like, no, I can make finished pieces too. Feel alright. Feel good on you. Oh, I so badly want to play this game. It looks so fun. Oh, thank you, Cheesy. I didn't know I had that as an alert. And thank you. I appreciate your support. Just making sure I can actually see it. Oh, let's see why it's not working there. Aw, thank you so much. And also, Cheesy. Oh, you're okay. Cheesy did a test stream last night, so please feel free to go follow Cheesy. And support them. Cheesy, I hope your stream went alright. And that it was fun. I would have gone to watch, but I was pretty tired yesterday. I didn't have a lot of energy for doing much. I was online for a little bit, and then I was like, oh, I'm just gonna lay in bed somewhere. And then I think because I was asleep for so long during the day, I had a weird time trying to sleep this morning, which is also why I started later, because I just need a little extra sleep before I started. Trust me, y'all are getting a much better stream for me sleeping a little bit more than me starting earlier. Oh, ad break is already going. Okay, let me stretch a little bit. Cheese stream, yeah. Technical issues filled. Oh, yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, the technical stuff is always a time to figure out at first. But that's really cool that you got it going within one stream. That's a good sign. Hopefully they do not persist further. But also, I mean, you've seen all of us stream. Technical issues happen. So don't ever feel bad about them. Don't apologize. Like, they happen. There's only so much that you can control when it comes to those. Yeah, I was a little bit late. Maybe one of the times where I was awake for a little bit. I just remember I saw it and I was like, oh, that's cool. I'll follow in the morning. So I'm glad that you popped up because it reminded me that I made a note to follow in the morning. Okay, I definitely want a little bit more. I'm gonna do some splotches of black in there. Well, do I want to? It's just the purple is so purple. I think I want to do a little bit of like blue-black. Just a little bit, just a little bit. Oh, you're okay. Would you be able to extend by 15 minutes? Yeah, absolutely. Also, hi, Tabby. Thank you for helping out with the train today, and thank you for letting me know. I absolutely can extend. No worries at all. Thank you for the heads up. Let me know anything I can do to help you guys out. And congrats on successful raid train so far. Yeah. Okay. Ah, they're coming. I'm nervous. Here, let me give you a follow. Technical issues are... So it doesn't make anyone a bad student. Yeah. Technical issues happen, especially if you try to do like anything with your stream. Even if you had the most like basic of basic setups, stuff will go wrong. As somebody that used to do events management, it's just the nature of live things. Live events will always have something that goes wrong, otherwise it's not truly a live event. If nothing goes wrong, something is very strange. Ah, okay, I'm liking that. I don't want to do that everywhere, but I do want some little chunks of this like blue-black. A little scuff just adds character. Exactly. Hi, Van. How are you, Van? I hope you're doing well. Hope you are doing very, very well. If everything is okay on live stream, then it's your recording that gets corrupted. Yeah, exactly. It's like you could never escape it. The scuff will happen. And trust me, like, I was a meticulous planner. And would just, like, there's always something. There's always something. Even for like event series where I had everything written and cataloged down of like, this is exactly the things that need to happen and when they need to happen and the timeline for them and stuff like that, there would always be something. There would always be something that would go wrong. It's just the nature of the beast. After today, I had to tape over the side of an SD card. Oh no! Now! Oh, that's wild. Hello! Welcome in! Welcome in, artists and makers! Hello, hello, hello! Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the follows, Silver and Tabby. And thank you, Blue Eyed Cat. Let me give you a shout out. Hi, Raiders. Cat Rave. Oh, that's a cute one. Hi again, CD. Hi, beautiful. Oh, that's a fun one to say. Hi, beautiful. I hope you had a wonderful stream, Cat. Here, let me make sure that I get your name. Please go follow Blue Eyed Cat. They came right before me. They're a fellow artist and maker. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you for the bits. Thank you, thank you. I hope you had a very wonderful stream. If anybody needs to raid and run and take care of yourselves, please feel free to. But I hope that we can keep this lovely train going. Artists and makers are fantastic. If you are an affiliate and you haven't joined the Artists and Makers Club yet, you really should. Yeah, hello. I'm Ale. It's nice to meet you. And welcome to the CatBaronCafe. I do a variety of things. I am a traditional artist, so when I have my art days, you will see me doing art. Right now I'm actually working on 2 paintings. So I'm working on 2 paintings of space. This one is going to be of a picture of what is supposedly one of the first pictures we have of a supermassive black hole. So you can see I'm starting to build up those layers bit by bit there. And then that's in acrylic. And then this is in watercolor. It's all taped up because I'm doing a lot of masking on it and building the layers on it. I'm actually about to start working on some more layers for it in a second. But yeah, and then this is going to be a picture of the Carina galaxy that was taken by Dylan O'Donnell, and who gave permission to, well, for anybody to be able to make art of it, but was very sweet and said that I could paint it. So that was really cool. Oh my gosh. Thank you for the follows, Celtic Glass, Trixie Stars, Glimmo, and Zyrostana. Thank you so much. Yeah, just like that song from Twilight, exactly. Yeah, stream is going well. Just some admin. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, I will keep an eye out to make sure that I do whatever is needed. I have some finished paintings, though, that I can show you. Make art, not war. I like that. I like that a lot. You'll actually see one of the, I don't know if it'll come up while y'all are here. Hopefully it will. One of my few recurring pop-ups that I have is for donating to Gaza and to helping Palestinians in need there. So if you see that, please feel free to click on the links there. There's a cause that's very near and dear to my heart. But I do have some finished paintings and artworks to show you all too. So here is one of the paintings that I finished earlier. I think I finally finished it at the end of last year or earlier this year. And it's just some abstract creatures in different acrylics. So you can see there. I had a lot of fun with this one. And I also did a study of one of the skill portraits from Disco Elysium called hand-eye coordination, but I changed it to blue tone so that I could practice my values in acrylics. And yeah, lots of hands, lots of wild, upsetting hands, like a lot of the art in Disco Elysium, just like beautiful and grotesque at the same time. So that was a lot of fun to do. I do watercolors sometimes. Here's some watercolors I did recently when I was just practicing doing watercolors mixed with inks and colored pencil. And I can show you real quick some other paintings that I have ready to go. So recently I also did some alcohols. Just very, very, very conceptual alcohols that don't exist anywhere but are fantastical. So here's Storm in a Teacup, which is an alcohol that is basically just constantly creating a storm of itself within itself. I also have, if anybody's familiar with the Kallax IKEA bookshelves, one time I just really needed to paint. And so I took the side of one of my bookshelves, sanded it down, and spent a whole long weekend, actually a Memorial Day weekend, like this weekend, painting it with stars, galaxies, and Mexican marigolds, which is my favorite flower. Here's some more space. I really like painting space, and this is a watercolor that I really liked, and just did a lot of colorful deep space along with the Heart Nebula inside of a glass as also a conceptual alcohol. And we also have one that's based on the Little Prince, which is why the rose looks this way. A black hole whiskey, which is based on me staring at the simulations for a black hole from NASA way too much. This is a fan art that I did for Renee right here that I was really proud of and really liked doing, just some mixed media of his accursed theater on an asteroid and all his little rats. And then here's a little fan art I did for Small Ghost Big Thought of a Poogie from Monster Hunter dressed up in Small Ghost's usual attire. So yeah, just some fun stuff there. Wow, that's really bright. What else do I do? Yeah, so I do painting streams, art streams, I do sketches, I do lots of mixed media and traditional work. I'm hoping to do more 3D stuff as well. And this cafe is always a work in progress. So this year I'm hoping to teach myself more digital art, live 2D, Godot, and lots of fun stuff to be able to make the space cool, interactive, and just like a really fun place to be. So I hope that you follow and that you can see the changes as they come. Full-time, well, soon to be full-time. Right now I'm in between jobs, but I did just get my doctorate in law this January. So I've been a busy bee. And that is what I do as my day job is work in law to help people in need. Yeah, in my spare time, I love doing creative stuff with the awesome people that I have found on Twitch. So that's my big spiel. Thank you for sitting through it. Godot, you've been learning it too. Oh, thank you, Create. Oh, hey, Renee. I summoned you with the fan art. Yeah, and the bottles were also made for Renee too. He is actually now the owner of the originals of those, and has taken good care of them. So that's really cool. Hi. Can you maybe perhaps show rat? Oh, wait. Do you mean the 3D rat, Renee? I didn't want to show it to anyone before you had a chance to see it. So let me know if you're saying that one. Yeah, that's very sweet. Artist, gamer, lawyer. Yeah. Not an attorney yet. I am not a licensed attorney yet, but I do have a doctorate. You're here now. Okay. So recently Renee actually had a birthday, and I used to make more sculptures and stuff like that. So I'll show you two 3D things that I did. I used to do props as well. So one sculpture that I did last year, was it last year? I think it was last year. Van would know. Literally Ace Attorney, yeah. I am demisexual, so. So this is one thing that I did, which was a sculpture that I handmade the plaster myself. So I spent a day laying down on the floor and putting plaster on myself with plastic wrap on my face. Don't put plaster directly on your skin ever. But it is conformed to my face. And then I shattered a Venetian cup and put it together with a fake kintsugi, like so. Which is very fun. It was for a Hannibal Masquerade garden tea party that I was able to attend. And everybody had like amazing homemade costumes. So I'm glad that I went all out because I needed to keep up. And this is the most recent plush I've made. He ended up big. But this is a 3D huggable version of one of the rats that Renee right here. Let me give you a shout out real quick, Renee. Whoop. I know how to do shout outs. Watch this. I can do it. Yeah, I thought he was gonna turn out to be like 8 inches tall, and I was wrong. I told you I was out of practice. But he's very squishy. And also, if you're like, wow, he has a very blank stare, please go follow Renee right here, where if you chat, you can get a rat that represents you in his layout. And they do look like this. This one is a sitting version, though. So he sits down very cutely, very politely. And he also can put his hands up and has little peats. He's squishy. Squeesh, squeesh, squeesh. And his tail turned out too long. I also made a pattern. Oop! Uh-oh. Oh, shit. No! Okay, I'm gonna have to clean him because he got paint on his tail. Crap. Sorry. He got a little paint on his tail, but I actually took the time to make a pattern out of him, and the final pattern has some alterations that adjust a few things that I noticed as I was putting this prototype boy together. It's still big though, so if you like half size it, then you can get a half sized one. But I like that he's big. He fits into a Calyx cubby really well. And someday he'll get shipped overseas, but for now he's gonna stay here in New York. But yeah, he turned out really big. Don't talk to me for crochet. That's not crochet, that's a... oh no, he fell out. It's a fabric. It's actually fleece, so it's super, super soft. The paint on the tail gives a character. It's supposed to be a gift. It doesn't need character. Oh, the little... oh my gosh, yeah. So it could be the big... one day you could have the big rat and the little rat, and then they can be the father and son meme. Absolutely. Yeah, it can... oh yeah, there's enough... you know what? From what I can tell of how big the crochet one is, it will totally fit in between its massive ears. The ears are very soft too. But yeah, I do all sorts of things. I love to do sewing as well, and I'm seeing if I can do that on stream. I'm hoping to do more cooking streams as soon as I get my job stuff sorted and get settled down in a new situation there. Yeah, I hope to do more cooking streams. I did one for my birthday finally, where I went through step by step how to make a Japanese style strawberry shortcake, and that was super fun and also delicious. As you'll come to find out if you hang out here, I have done 5 million things. And so one of the things that I have done in the past is also be an academic dean for a renowned culinary school. So I like talking about food a lot. That does happen quite a bit here. Like just earlier, with very little provocation, we had a lot of discussion about the qualities of a fat-reduced cocoa versus a not fat-reduced cocoa powder. Book reading! Oh my gosh, cheesy, thank you. Also, I love to do book reading. Recently, I read through all of Holes. That VOD is up on the channel. And right now, I am working through doing a reading of Dracula in chronological order. So what that means is that I am reading all of the entries in the order that they come up in the calendar. So there is a little back and forth that happens there. Oop, sorry, camera. And on any days that that happens, I do a quick bonus stream where I wake up very early and at 6 in the morning Eastern time, I read the passage. I don't have anything else set up. It's just a very simple stream, but people hang out and chat. They talk about the chapter. They react to it. They get cozy with it. And if you want to catch up on any of those... Oh, hold on. Thank you, Juno. Hold on. Let me look. Did I see what it was? Tabby meow. Where are your messages? Is now live and you can end stream as originally scheduled. Okay. So I am ending, let's see, 9. So am I ending at the top of the hour? Basically, am I ending in 14 minutes? Sorry, and thank you. Thank you folks for helping me not lose that. Or am I already up on time? I forgot if it was half an hour or 15 minutes. Okay. Okay. No, just let me know. Let me know. I'll make sure that I don't get lost in the sauce. Okay, perfect. Cool. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a used book. And I got it special. One, it was cheap too. But yeah, I got it special because I do love Dracula. And yeah, so I'm doing that. And you can catch any of the... No, don't be sorry. Oh my god, don't be sorry. I was just talking about, like, I used to do events management as one of the many 5 million things I used to do. And if things don't go wrong during your live event, it's not really truly a live event. So absolutely, you're doing an amazing job. And yeah, thank you so much to all of the helpers for the raid train, CD and Tabby. You're both doing amazing. Like, honestly, truly. Let me make sure that I start shouting you all out one at a time. No, you're doing amazing. We're all doing amazing. Don't make me turn this car around. Oh, thank you for the follow. Okay, I'll catch CD first, and then when Twitch lets me, and then I'm gonna... No, I got you. Then I'll cover Tabby right after that. Oh, a scary story. Okay. Oh, I could tell you all the deer story. So yeah, I do have redeeming a spooky story as part of my redeems. Let me clear out my thoughts first. One thing at a time. So I'm going to do 3 things really quick. First, here's my VOD channel. So if you... Oh my gosh, thank you for the follows. That's all kind. Oh my god, there's so many of you. But yeah, on my VOD channel, I have the full playlist of Dracula. If you ever miss one of the bonus streams, I publish them right away, and then I put them on YouTube as soon as YouTube lets me do it. So that's all a matter of upload speeds, but it's typically same day. I update that playlist. But also the playlist is in chronological order, and yeah, you can hit it up anytime to listen to me read Dracula. Sometimes reading it a little awkwardly because you can tell when I just rolled out of bed before it versus maybe have been awake a little bit longer before it. But it is also great practice because I do want to get more into voice acting and audio narration as well. Sit down, everyone. Thank your name. I am a certified Dracula enjoyer. Okay. So, while I do this next layer of watercolors of space, I'm going to make sure that I keep an eye on the chat so that y'all will have an easy time telling me what to do next for the raid train. And also... work on this, which is the... Oh, here, let me show you all. So Dylan O'Donnell does amazing long exposures of space. Oh, thank you. I really love reading for people. And it's a thing that I find comforts people as well. So, like after the election, I read through, I made a safe space here for folks to relax in, where I read through all of my favorite book, which is Howl's Moving Castle. And I did that over 2 days. And it was a lot of fun. And it was just a break for everybody, a much needed break. Unfortunately, I was still finishing law school at the time, so I didn't save the VOD. But for my affiliate anniversary that's coming up in June? July? It's this summer. When it hits, that's what I'm going to do for the affiliate anniversary, is read through that again and get a VOD to save that time. You heard the man, Terzi. Jun Lai. Thank you, Renee. On. Can I? No. Yeah. Here. Just in case you see anything going wrong. Everybody's being okay, but I trust you. Don't make me regret it, or do. I trust you. Enjoy it. Also, you don't have to do anything either, but just in case you want to. Renee's gonna derail the whole raid train. Everybody, please follow Renee right here. He is a very funny person and a very kind soul, even though he's acting like a scamp. There's a reason why it's a joy to do art for him. It's because he's a very good being. Yeah, so I am going to keep painting that Carina Nebula while I tell you a spooky story from my brother, actually. So, good morning, Ray Chain. Good morning, Imperial. How are you? It is alleged. Now, mind you, everybody's belief in the supernatural will vary. Sky is having major technical issues. Oh no, poor Sky. Can you give me Sky's screen name so that I can at least shout Sky out? Hold on, let me make sure that I shout you out, Tabby, before I forget. Because you've been doing a lot of good work, and running liaison between entertainers is always really hard. Okay, I will shout out Sky as soon as Twitch allows me to again. Sky. No. I wanted to shout you out anyways. I just because you've been a big help. And you've been doing a great job. That's why I wanted to shout you out. Okay, you'll shout out Sky. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Feel free to fire that shout out whenever you're ready. Vote Silly Goose. Vote Silly Goose! But yeah. Mileage of, believing in the supernatural, believing in ghosts will always vary. Even I always vary with it as well. But I do think that a good spooky story is always fun. So it is alleged, thank you for the follow. It is alleged that in my family there is witch's blood. And that on my mother's side of the family, we are just more in tune with just the more unknown side of things. It's one of those things. I come from a very old rural background where stories like that fly around. for many reasons. There could be tons of reasons for it. Like maybe there was just a lot of lesbians in my family. Who knows? But that was the legend. That is the rumor about the family there. And so it is alleged that we have a sensitivity to seeing or hearing or being able to speak with the supernatural. And while I have many ghost stories of my own, my brother has some very, very, very potent ones because he has always been a lot more receptive, let's say, to the things that may be a little bit unexplainable or just not easily explained or not within our ability to explain at the moment, but could be perfectly reasonable, such is the way with ghost stories. My paternal grandfather unfortunately passed before I could really meet him. He passed of Parkinson's when I was just a few months old, but my brother knew him well because my brother was 10 years older than me, is 10 years older than me. And he was very, very close to our paternal grandfather. Probably his favorite grandchild out of the grandchildren that he had. And for years, my brother would keep feeling him beyond the time of him being around with us and just keep sensing him in many different places. And this was for years and years and years that this would happen. And he always tried to ignore it. He always kind of hated this part of the family line. He was never a huge fan of the supernatural and did not like that this was a thing that he could be sensitive to. So he was never super stoked whenever it came up and just tried to ignore it. However, he wouldn't necessarily be ignored, was the only problem. So, my brother started driving at a very young age. He started driving at a very young age, not necessarily always legally, and just kept driving and driving and driving sometimes. Just living, we lived out in Texas at the time, and he would drive out on the back roads. Who knows if he was looking for something or just constantly trying to get away from something, but he would just spend hours driving on the back roads, the country roads, out in the middle of nowhere, out in the middle of the night. And one night, really, really late at night, he had to stop his car suddenly because in the middle of the road was a gigantic, pitch black, so he almost didn't see it in time, stag with multiple points on its horns. And it was massive. It was at least twice the height of the car, which is, for a Texas buck, pretty tall. And he could tell once the headlights were on it, it was just night black, completely. And it stared at his car. And at first it was like, well, deer get frozen in headlights, right? But it wouldn't leave. And it kept staring, like it was staring right at him and trying to get a better look at him. And eventually he just ended up pulling a reverse and then a U-turn to just book it out of there because he got the weirdest feeling from it. And black deers actually do exist, but they are exceedingly rare. And so for a long time, nobody believed him when he tried to tell this story. But not long after this happened, at the gate of our house, because we had a little fence gate, just to get into the yard that would lead into the house. He started seeing our paternal grandfather very, very, very soon after the deer. And he even would tell me sometimes too that what weirded him out about the deer was that the deer felt like Wilito Chencho. So felt like our grandfather. And he couldn't explain it. He was just like, the deer is our grandfather. I don't know how to tell you how. I just know that deer is our grandfather. Like to a point where he was like almost shaking from the telling of it. He was very convinced of it. And our grandfather just started showing up at the gate. Unfortunately, I was too young to remember if I saw anything too. And it was usually around times that my parents weren't there, or by the time that he could call somebody over, he would be gone again. Of course, such is the way of ghost stories, right? But it terrified him for as long as we lived in that house, which fortunately for him, we moved almost every year, sometimes every few months. So it wasn't for very long. But every time that Ulito Chencho would be at the gate, he would just be holding it and look lost and be staring at him, recognize him, and just be telling him over and over again, "Let me in. Let me in, mijo. Let me in. Why don't you let me in?" So that's my brother's ghost story. Hope you enjoyed. And thank you for redeeming it. To move people over. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate you. Rare case of melanism. Exactly. Ooh, that's a very pretty emote. Spooky. Yeah, it was a spooky story. Whenever it's concerning my brother, those are always the most spooky ones. Mine are a lot more tame. But yeah, if you save up your points, you can get little ghost stories from sometimes the old country. My family's all from Mexico. And sometimes just from the various adventures of my family and their alleged witch blood. And like I said, whether you believe it or not, a ghost story is sometimes still fun anyways. You brought up Hannibal earlier. Oh yeah, the black deer is a big symbol in that. That's true. That is true. That was one of the things I was considering as a motif to make a mask out of, was the stag. But then I had a Venetian teacup I wanted to smash anyway, so well, worked out. Hannah Cardor, Moose Deer Grant. How did Ollie's stream go today? I don't know. They talked about how their granddad is a deer. That sounds like Ollie, though. Yeah, we always have fun here. And I appreciate all of you being here and hope you're having a wonderful time. And a wonderful time following the raid train. I will definitely be lurking in it for the rest of the day. And these are paintings that I will be continuing. Countdown 6 minutes. Thank you. Thank you, 6. We'll get you on the up and up with theater nerd terminology very soon, Renee. Don't worry. And also, thank you for helping out so much. That's very sweet of you. I knew I could trust you. Thank you. I do my best. And thank you for the follows that came in during that as well. 1/4 the hour. Okay, 11 minutes. Cool. Thank you, 11. Oh, yeah, my Mix It Up isn't working today. Fix Their Hearts or Die is, for anyone not familiar, there's a David Lynch clip where he talks to a trans character in one of his projects and says, when you changed from Dennis to Denise and those jokers in your department tried to, cause a fuss and stuff like that, I told them to fix their hearts or die. And with this space is always trans rights positive, is always trans supportive. It will always be safe for trans folks. I hope to fight for trans rights with my career and my legal stuff as well. But yeah, that's my way of showing that, is having the Fix Your Hearts or Die clip. I'm sorry that the Mix It Up isn't working today. I tried to fix it and it just didn't want to. You'll be rating... Oh, okay. Yeah, trans rights. Fuck yeah, trans rights. Okay, we'll be going to Celtic class. Very cool. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for the follow. I'm just trying to catch up a little bit on chat, but it looks like... Okay, y'all are doing good. You all are doing good. Oh yeah, and the book of Howl's Moving Castle is so different from the movie. That's very true. Thank you, Renee. It's very true. Trans rights. At some point I need to find... once I figure out my bots and stuff like that better so that I can do more of the automatic messages, I will definitely find an organization to put up to support for trans rights. There's so many. I might just do a link that has a whole bunch, including some mutual aids that are out there that do direct just giving cash to people that are really, really in need in the trans community. So. Okay. For those that are not familiar with watercolors and are wondering why is there tape all over the middle of your piece, it is because... Oh! Oh! Hi, Fen! Welcome on in, Fenrir! V! DV! DVNV! You got the name copy-pasted. Wait, why did you pin up that, Renee? Thank you for shouting out, Fenrir. Why is there tape all over my piece? Well, I'll tell you. It's because I put it down for masking. So now, even though I'm going to still paint all of these other areas, now I have these nice bright spaces of paper to lay down thinner layers so that I can keep some of the brightness of the star clusters when I get to them. And this is washi tape. So washi tape is not very strong adhesive-wise. And also, thank you for the raid. How was Mass Effect? Did you have fun? Did you romance anyone yet? And if anyone has to raid and run, please feel free to. Right now we're in the middle of a raid train, so soon we will be heading out of here to... Write it down the name. Celtic Glass Creations, the Artist and Maker Twitch Club, which is really great. And if you are an affiliate or a partner, you should join. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. And we do stuff like this sometimes. But yeah, people there put together this amazing spring raid train full of tons of artists and creators. So if you follow along in the that's my tea, I put my paintbrush in my tea. God. Okay. It was just a quick dip. It's fine. I can still drink it. No. if you stick around, you'll be able and hang out on the train. You'll be able to see some really great creators who may also dip their paintbrushes into their teacups. Who knows? God damn it. Not the tea. Hi. It always happens. It always happens. No, I can't drink the art jungle juice. It's got phthalo blue in it. It'll make me so sick. Through the night. I still drank it. Give it to me, baby. I feel good. Okay, and so now 4-minute raid warning. Awesome. Thank you. I'll snooze that ad. Thank you for. Now I'll start softening up some of these edges so that we don't just have tape edges. Thank you. Still. Renee, I have been listening to it on loop a lot lately. It's really good, and it makes me weepy sometimes because it's just pretty. I can't play Lies of P for a little bit yet, so I'm just enjoying the soundtrack because it's so good. It's so nice. Thank you for the follow. Apologies I haven't kept up with all the follows. I'm a little overwhelmed by them, but very grateful and very happy as well. And I am working on more watercolor samples to eventually do watercolor commissions too, but I'm not sure when those will be up. And I'm also working on trying to figure out how to do prints of some of my paintings. And guess what? Doing research on that is really overwhelming. There's so many options. I need to just see. I'm sure there's already multiple threads on it in the Artists and Creators Club, and if there isn't, I should just put one up and ask, because y'all are always extremely helpful. But I'm always very stubborn. Like, when it comes to research, I like seeing if I can figure out a thing first on my own, and then if I'm like, I'm just gonna mess this up if I don't defer to experts, that's when I'll start asking for help. Cheers. No! Get that out of here. Get that out of here. We have company over. Aw, thank you, Wispy. Final comments. Thank you for the follows. Yeah, thank you for stopping by today. I hope that I can see you again soon. If I don't see you here, I'll hopefully see you in the Discord. And yeah, thank you all so much. We're gonna get ready to raid Celtic Glass. And I think that's about it. I have a coffee, but I almost feel like saying that to artists and makers. It's kind of like the Artist Alley thing, right? We're all passing around the same 20 bucks over and over again. Like, we all have coffees, but I appreciate all of you. I hope all of you are having wonderful weekends. Yeah, thank you for being here. So, we are going to go off. Hold on. Does somebody have the raid message by the way, the Ray Train message, if you could post that in, that would be amazing. So that we can get that. And I'm looking for Celtic Glass right now. There they are. And yes. Oh, I see a dog! Oh my god. Celtic Glass has a dog. Celtic Glass has a dog. Let's go. And yeah, thank you for being here. Goodbye. Thank you, everyone, and thank you for all your